Welcome back to Stride. I'm your host, Tinashe Moyo. This podcast is about taking bold first steps, the kind that redefine who we are. Each episode has a story, either mine or a guest, and it's one that leads us towards growth, purpose, and perseverance. Thank you guys for tuning in. It really means a lot. Today, I will be talking about one of the steps that I've taken towards reclaiming my confidence. And it's through something as simple as bracelets. So, stick around. Okay, so it's been a while since I've released an episode and since I've done a solo episode. The reason for my absence is that I wasn't really taking a break, but Stride has been going through so many different changes, and you will get to see the changes as we go, bit by bit. So, yeah, that's just about it. Anyways, one of the interesting topics I like to talk about. So, growing up, I've always had an insecurity regarding my physical appearance. When I talk about my physical appearance, I mean my frame, my body, because I think I've spoken about it in a few episodes, probably briefly, but I've always been insecure about how skinny I am, skinny, slim, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I think it's been with me ever since I was a kid. So as you grow and as you move, as you walk, either when you're walking down the streets or you're in town, you compare yourself to people a lot. Sometimes it's easy for people to say, no, don't compare yourself to someone, but this is human nature, man. So yeah, you compare yourself to people. There's people that are muscular, there's people that are, buff. And then you're just like, man, I don't look good. And in a way, you don't feel good. So on top of that, one of the things that makes things like these worse are the things that people say to you. It's just unfortunate that the world can be very mean and ugly. And people can always say whatever stuff that comes across their mind. One incident in particular that I'll never forget. There was a friend of mine that came to our house, and we were just hanging around. So he ended up getting on a call with one of his friends based in the UK. So my friend had interests of going to the UK. And so they were just talking, exchanging, ideas and stuff. And so the other friend based in the UK simply said, oh, yeah, you better move. You better leave Zim and come to the UK because people are starving in Zimbabwe. And so my friend then said to his other friend, let me give you an example of someone who's really starving. And then he pulled me into the frame. I laugh about it. I laugh about it now. But in that moment, that was really painful. I won't lie. So you can then understand why I've always had insecurities about my frame. So there was one moment where I told myself, like, man, this needs to change. Well, I'm not going to say this was like the Damascus moment, but I've often told myself that a couple of times over the years. But I think discipline does play a part in making any kind of change. So this time around, I was just like, man, because, another thing was that I'm someone who's got what is called winged scapula or scapular wing. This is a thing where the back, a normal back is just flat, but my back has like shoulder blades popping out. So I went to a fitness coach and they told me that it symbolizes like weak back muscles. So every time I would look at myself, be it in the mirror, I would just tell myself like clothes never look good on me because of that. So those things also made me feel insecure about my frame, about, just my self-image altogether. So by telling myself that something needs to change, I think there was one day at work where I found a rubber band and I just took it and I put it on my hand, my arm, whatever. So I think I spent days with that rubber band. So each day I would always look at my arm and it would actually make me feel good. Like, this actually feels interesting. Like, I kind of like it, and you start making gestures when you've got that thing as if you know exactly what you're doing or exactly what you're saying. That's one bit of confidence that I got from that. So I ended up deciding, like, you know what? I'm going to start wearing bracelets. So initially, the kind of bracelets that I wanted were kind of like chain bracelets. I don't really know the names, but those simple ones. But then I couldn't find them the day that I committed myself to buying a bracelet. So I ended up coming across a guy who sold these, they call them shambalas. Yeah. So initially, I just wanted to buy one. But then this guy, when I was choosing, he picked up this, I hope you can clearly see, he picked up this big one, right? And he put it on my arm. So before he put it on my arm, I told him, like, okay, so remember, I've got a small frame. My arm, is like a plank or something. It's just kind of flat, looks weird. So I'm just looking for something simple. I don't want anything bulky. Then he was just like, nah, man, he just picked it up, put it on my arm. He was just like, yeah, no. And then he picked up this as well, and he put it on top of that. And it was just like, yeah, see, how does it look? Immediately, it changed my perspective. And I was just like, okay, this looks good. So the way it is, it was because of that guy. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to keep them as they are. And then I got this one as well, like just for additional purposes. So by virtue of that, I started to feel good when I put these bracelets on. I even got another one with a cross. It's pretty close by. It's like, this one. And to me, this one is a really special one. It's beautiful. So anyways, I think I like these bracelets a lot. When I first wore them at church, I think when people started seeing me the first time wearing these at church, Glenn in particular thought that I was on some kind of ritual or something. But I was just like, no, it's not a ritual. I don't do voodoo, even though I like a song called Voodoo by Nick Jonas. But that doesn't mean I do voodoo. I was just like, no. I explained the reason why I got these bracelets. So this is not just fashion to me. This is a symbol. This is empowerment. Like, I'm empowering myself. Like, yeah, you might just have small frames, small arms. People talk about these, like my arms, like, oh, look at those small arms, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But to me, I'm just like, you know what? That's never going to stop me from living the way that I want to live. You know, just be fashionable. It doesn't matter how, big you are, how small you are. It's just about how confident you are, just how smart you are, how wise you are. So I'm really happy, with these things. And on top of that, when I was talking about making a change, I've been attending fitness classes and, more than anything, I've been learning so much. One of the biggest things that I've learned is being okay with mistakes. There's fitness classes where there's one where we do trampolines, it's endurance, of course, cardio. And then on another day, there's Afro dancing, one of my favorites, even though it's challenging. And then another one, there's step aerobics. So with these fitness classes, you build belief, you build confidence, you build endurance. People can laugh. Like, yeah, he's going for cardio stuff, he's doing step aerobics, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. But it's, making a difference for me. So I told myself, like, yeah, I want to gain muscle, but it's going to take me time. It's going to take time, either a year, 2 years, I don't know. But by virtue of just starting, it changes your mind completely. So yeah, at the end of the day, I just thought I'd sit down and just talk to you guys about how I reclaimed my confidence. All thanks to bracelets. They mean so much to me. There's people who are always asking for them, but I'm just like, nah, I will buy you one. I'm not going to take this off and give it to you. So yeah, that's just, I just thought it would be a valuable lesson for you guys. Like, you don't have to look down on yourself because of how you look or because of what people say. People are always going to talk. That is one thing that's for sure. People will always talk. So it's just about you blocking that noise and just listening to your heart, building the confidence in yourself, and you'll be okay. So if it's, I don't know, that shirt you've been keeping in your closet for, I don't know, 2-3 years, that jean, that those heels, sneakers, hat, I don't know, that hairstyle you want to try, yeah, people are just going to talk. But if it hits you right here, if your heart speaks to you in a different way, the same way my heart spoke to me about the bracelets, nothing's going to stop you. So go ahead, take that bold step, and you'll be okay. Do not forget to submit your story for the fantastic First Step 4 Voices of Change campaign. Your voice could be the spark that someone else needs to take the bold step in their life. So make sure you click the link and submit your story. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.